Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 251, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release it on all podcast services like Twitch. Whoa, not podcast. That's not a podcast service, but like Apple and on Spotify. So do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing on Twitch or on our YouTube page. Twitch is the CFG Games, YouTube at the CFG, or go to our main website, freaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Pop in the second seat. What is going on, Pop? How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a long work week, so I was actually looking forward to today to just chill out and talk about some games. Been a pretty fun week too. Yesterday, it wasn't originally guaranteed, but I got the offer to be on front page for the Tomb Raider Remaster Collection of 4, 5, and 6. And nice.
I know you like your Tomb Raider too.
Yeah, I do. And I actually got put on front page. Like as I was about to go live, it was just like, promotion, congratulations, you're on the home carousel. I'm like, what?
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How does that work? I've always been curious. So like, how does it so how do you know, how does it work for you to get on the front page like that?
I got the offer from the PR company or the PR people that wanted to celebrate the launch of the game. But I know in a lot of cases you have to apply. I know some members of like the guilds, when they have events, sometimes they'll get the opportunity to be on front page if it's a huge event, like back when they had the Sparkling Zero tournament. That was a front page event, but it just depends on whoever the PR people are. And I guess Twitch likes the PR people enough because I definitely saw that notification in my activity feed. It was just like, hey, you're on the front page. I'm like, what?
No pressure.
Like the minute I hit go live, I'm like, oh my God. I'm still in the starting suit. I'm still in starting suit. What do you mean?
Like, oh yeah, it's like, hey, it's like, yo, don't worry about it. Hey, just, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, you got some stuff to take care of. Okay, there you go. Well,
yeah, I was not expecting my average to. And my average is going to be messed up for a little while.
Yeah, but here's a question though, because I know you are a huge Tomb Raider fan. So far for what you played, how's the remaster versions of 4, 5, and 6?
There were a couple of bugs at first. Like for example, I couldn't get my autosave to show in the other games. But outside of, that small weird autosave bug that was going on, they're a ton of fun. Angel of Darkness is one of my favorites, and it was really nice to play.
Angel of Darkness was 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have noticed that modern controls work the best with Angel of Darkness. I still find myself swapping between tank and modern controls on, 1 through 5. But with Angel of Darkness, I really feel like, okay, yeah, modern controls this is where you're supposed to work.
No, I'm surprised that 6 is they did tank controls since 6, because wasn't 6 a PlayStation 2 game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that is surprising that it went that long. I thought that they stopped after they left the PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation. Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, tank controls hung out for a little while. And it was really nice to go back to 4 and 5 because I only got to play through the full games once. But my core memory of those games are the Dreamcast demo discs. That is my core memory with those games. So when I got to Egypt, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is the demo disc.
That is hilarious. I remember this.
I was like, I remember. I'm like that. It unlocks such a huge memory for me. And then, because Angel of Darkness was my first Tomb Raider console game. 1 through 5, I played on PC, which is why I only got a chance to play 4 and 5 like once. Because once we got a new PC, the game's moving around. My mom was bored, was on her Sims binge, and she wasn't really getting Tomb Raider like that anymore. But yeah.
You know, it's funny.
That's how much.
That's awesome. But hey, you know what, Pop?
What's up?
Do you know the person, if he had the chance, he would put Lubu on speed dial on his cell phone? You know who that is? It's the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
I absolutely would have Lubu on speed dial. Let's just get things clear.
You better make sure he doesn't betray you.
Yeah, I know.
No, I know it's coming. He is going to betray me at some point.
You just have to make sure that you're him, because if he goes, oh, you're not him, he'll leave.
Smitty is like, Smitty has a love-hate relationship with that one character throughout the decades of playing Dynasty Warriors.
I
so
really
I can
do.
understand.
Speaking of which, I actually purchased Warriors Abyss last night. I know Dust got it as a V-Day present. Thank you, Lex, from him. I know he's appreciative of that. And that definitely got the FOMO going for me. We were waiting for a key, but we bit the bullet. It was like $25, so it's not bad. I love the series regardless. I only got a little bit in last night. I am excited to dive deep into it. It is fun. And that's the first person I looked. How do I unlock Lubu so I can play him? Because it's over. It's over once I get Lubu. I'm just saying. But things have been going well. It's been busy at work and whatnot, working on some projects and things. Other than that, though, mainly been grinding some Marvel Rivals. We're up to Gold 2 now that we don't have. They actually reneged on them doing a mid-season rank reset. I'm super appreciative of that. The fact that they're listening to the community. I felt like that was going to be a big mistake. I was not looking forward to that. So no reset during this midseason. We're getting Human Torch and the Thing here on the 21st. So it's been good. And then obviously too, I've been grinding out and putting more time back into Once Human, doing that new like winter scenario that they had launched here in the winter. I never got around to playing it. I kind of fell off of it. So I've been grinding that out. So all in all, it's been solid. Lots of gaming news to talk about today, dude, for sure.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like to this, like, I know Pop and Smitty and Lex and I, we were all like talking behind the deal and we're like, man, this week was just jam packed. And what's scary was that like next week is just going to be even crazier because Steam Next Fest starts. So I'm just like, my God. And so it's been a wild 2 weeks. It's definitely been a great day of gaming and stuff. Lex is like, Davies, where's Smitty's key? Hey, it's not up to me. It's up to them to give me the key. Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind. Again, I don't mind supporting it. It's a series that I've loved since I was in high school. So I have no problem supporting them. And, you know, it's nice, too, because a fresh take and a little spinoff on that series, in a roguelite format. Right. I'm actually am interested in it, too. But like I said, I don't like I have to pass on it for now. But you know what? Like, I don't mind playing it.
Because Tecmo is still taking applications if you want to apply for a key, because that's how I got mine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. You should probably do that, too. Just do content create, because I know your numbers are a lot better than mine when it comes to streaming, and you're more consistent than I am.
I have not been consistent at all.
You're more consistent than I am. I haven't played a game. I haven't streamed a game since December or Thursday or November. And I want to get, I want to be more involved. I sure as hell, it's going to happen when because we're 2 weeks away until I can start dressing up my cat in Monster Hunter Wild. But that's definitely going to be happening.
It's over.
Other than that, But I'm trying to get back into it. And there's so many good games that I'm actually interested in wanting to try, like the first Berserker that's coming out soon, and some of the several different games that they announced at the PlayStation State of Play. So yeah, there's so many games I'm really wanting to do. So, but as for me though, I know I've been away for a couple of weeks. I've been really busy doing some other stuff. I did my 10K 2 weeks ago successfully and stuff. It's just that was really cool because like that was 6 miles, and I was like, to say that I went 6 miles is insane. And especially how y'all saw me back like 2 years ago. I mean, just being a giant ball, essentially being a giant ball, just as big as I was. But no, I'm definitely glad I'm there. And then also now I'm officially on the back end, I have 100 pounds to go to get to my goal. So like,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So originally, because I think when I first started, I was 200. I would need to lose about 250, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty wild to say that's where I'm at right now. But then, yeah, isn't that crazy? Like
that's
I literally.
Awesome.
It's funny because like in the pop, it's like I always talk to Neku about it, but it's like, Neku, I'm basically going to try to lose. My goal is to lose the Neku, and he just laughs every time. But yeah, so it's crazy. And then I decided to I'm going to be doing playing. I got some keys, or not keys, but access to play some games for Steam Next Fest, and I'm going to probably make a small little video of like the 5 games that I'm interested in wanting to play because wanting to get when Next Fest is done. But yeah, so looking forward to it. I've already started playing a couple of them, which is really crazy. That's how good the how good the indie landscape has become now. It's so great, and I love the fact that people are. I hope the transition of people saying not worried about AAA titles is like that's the end all be all, but there's just so much diversity, a lot of diversity that's going on, even despite the facts of how bad the gaming industry's been in the past 2 years, I guess, with all the layoffs and stuff. But but I'm looking forward to kind of share all the stuff that I'm into with that. So, and of course, we're playing some Marvel Rivals. I'm in platinum. I hit platinum 3 right now.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm wanting to get to diamond because I do not want to go down all the way down to bronze and silver again.
I know. I still got another half of a season to get there. So
yeah, take your time on it, man. Like you're there. Just try to get out of it. Just get out of the hell that is bronze and silver, and you'll be okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, Lucentai said, yeah, congrats on the fitness journey. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So, but I know y'all don't want to talk about me losing the poundage right now. And let's talk video games. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. We do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch and on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there is something that you want to chime in about on whatever we talk about, by all means, just type it inside the chat. We will discuss it with you and go from there. So no surprise, this week has been really busy. We are a lot of different announcements that happened, and this Wednesday, well, actually, it's kind of funny because on Tuesday they sprout this information up. They said that the PlayStation announced that they were going to be doing a state of play. It's going to be coming. It was going to come on Wednesday, and oh, I'm sorry. And yes, then Lex is also the Ninja Mod in the chat. So go from there too. So there you go. But so the state of play happened. It came, it went. I went in on it with absolutely no expectations, which is probably the best way to get in on it every time. But but I'm glad I did, because overall, I mean, there was just a ton of games that they just announced. So I'm not going to say all the games, but I just wanted to kind of get my opinion. I kind of want to get y'all's opinions of what y'all thought about the state of play. It wasn't, I mean, and they don't have to all be banger. They weren't all bangers, but for the most part, how I felt overall on what the state of play offered in this was the level of diversity of so many different levels of kinds of games that are coming out, that they're not necessarily a AAA title, but they're also the indie levels, the mythical AA, which was a big thing that happened in place like during the PS2 era. I just feel like there's a lot of games that are kind of going in that in between line. That they showed off, but that they had some amazingly gorgeous games that they came. So but the biggest ones that in my opinion that they announced was like, one of them is Housemarque's games. Now, if you don't know who Housemarque is, they are I will say by far the most consistent company that Sony has that they off they usually when they make a game, it's not something that they have their own normal like 2 or 3 year cycle. It's done when it's done, and then when it's done, it's always a banger. Last game that they created was Returnal, that came out when the PlayStation 5 came out, and they just made a small little sneak peek called Saros. Or Saros, I don't know how to pronounce it, but they just announced that they just gave a cold date saying it's going to come in 2026. That one I am hyped about, because if you have not played Returnal, I think Returnal is one of the must-get games on the PlayStation 5. If you the style and everything was really fun to play. So that one's was a real hype moment. Unfortunately, they didn't really say or have a lot to show. But another one that kind of caught my eye was the one that Smitty that you were talking about a long time ago when they announced it first, was called Hell Is Us. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they actually gave a street date for that. So that was, so that is coming. That's another thing I will say about the state of play. Most of the games that they announced had street dates for this year, which was a big change of stuff that I was not expecting it to be, because most of the games that they were showing off gave a time frame of when these were coming out. The one that I am looking forward to wanting to check out is Tides of Annihilation. Have you seen? Did you see that?
That looked amazing. That looked dope too.
Yeah, yep. That trailer was freaking amazing, man. Like and the storyline looks so fun. Like that. Like you're basically it's a mix of a dystopian London settings, but then they also have like the Knights of the Round Table, like King Arthur and all that stuff, and these monsters, and then his knights have been changed and corrupted in some sort of way. So this, and then you're playing. I think you're Gwendolyn. I forgot her name. Let me pull up the PR statement, because like they sent me something on this, and I was like, oh man, if you're going to give me a chance, please, because I will definitely check this out. Because like this was a bang. Oops. Ooh, what happened? Oh, this was a banger in itself. Let's see. Oh, but yeah. So what did you think while I pull that up, Smitty?
Yeah, no, I mean, there was, like you were saying, I know that there's another one. I can't remember. It was something 88. Maybe Expedition 88, or I'm thinking of Expedition 33. I think
you're thinking of Expedition 33.
Yeah, but there was something else. It was something 88. Looked really good too. But you're right. Like, I felt like, number one, this was a meaty state of play. Like Davis was talking about, there was such a variety of games here. It was just really refreshing. There wasn't a ton of fluff either. So, and this ran about 45 minutes, 20 plus games they showed. Like, I thought this was fantastic. It gave us an idea of what we can expect throughout this year, and what, a little preview of what's going to be coming next year as well. So I thought they did a fantastic job. Plus, we got the shadow drop of Warriors Abyss. So anytime you get a shadow drop, I feel like they've kind of dialed in on that, because Xbox does the same thing. Usually when there's one of these things, there's going to be something that is released same day. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's a nice, fun surprise when it does happen. So yeah, dude, this just got me pumped for the rest of this year. Not only that, but we know that, these Sony, Xbox, they're working on whatever the next generation of console is going to be. So the fact that we're still getting, these games, and where we're starting to hit that prime of them actually utilizing the technology, the higher graphics, this and that, it's getting me pumped. I can't wait to see what the later, half of this year into next year looks like, and what surprises we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, Pop, what do you think so far? What are your opinions about the state of play?
It was really good. Granted, I kind of mentally checked out when they started showing, space and zombies, or zombies in space. But it was a very diverse amount of games that they showed. I know a lot of people were complaining about, oh, where's the exclusive for me to have a reason for me to have bought my PlayStation 5? And I'm just like,
there is a reason.
Yeah, well, there is a reason for you to play the game on your PS5. Like, yeah, there's PC gaming, but can you bring your PC to your hotel room if you travel? No.
Yeah, no doubts. I mean,
you can't do that. Plus, there are other benefits to just playing on a PlayStation. You have space. It's cheaper than getting a higher end PC to run games at their fullest capacity. I will say that because of all the space zombie stuff, the state of play was probably like an 8 out of 10 for me. The Sonic Cross World announcement with the beta, and then the shadow drop of Warriors Abyss. There were some really good shadow drops and gems that really kind of took me away, because I went in watching it. I'm like, I'm not really expecting to see anything other than what's already been announced. And then they showed all the stuff that, we didn't think we were going to hear about until, closer to the release or Summer Game Fest. And they just, kind of blew the presentation out of the water.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely did a great job on the deals for it. But by the way, I looked at Tides of Annihilation. They basically was saying that this was so I was right. You play as Gwendolyn, who wields the power of a mysterious gray fog that can manifest 2 spectral knights at her side. Each knight has a distinct combat role, whether it's charging into battle or defending its against attack. So I think it's gonna be like a roguelite, not roguelite, but a Souls-like kind of game. Which looks really fun. I am definitely sold on that one. But another one that they announced was that they surprisingly announced the release date for like Borderlands 4, which is I guess it's cool if you're a Borderlands fan. I'm on the fence with this. I hope it's going to be good. 3 didn't really get my interest in it as much, but the announcement, I believe, was this is going to be coming out on September 23rd of 2025 this year. Smitty did something on his Itty Bitty Gaming News about it, saying that like you were surprised that they announced this. They announced the date because they claimed that they were going to announce they were going to release this after GTA. Is that correct?
After GTA 6. And side note, Take-Two owns both of those companies.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me, if they're sticking to what they said last week, that GTA 6 is going to come out before September 23rd. I'm guessing it will. So, I mean, again, this is just based off the report or off what they are stating themselves in terms of the development. So that would slate GTA 6 for, I'm guessing, sometime in the summer. I don't believe it. I'm a skeptic as well, but I don't know. They said that they were not going to release Borderlands 4. They said they're going to have enough time in between the two to give the games room to breathe and for people to fully play them. So with that being said, and if they are sticking to GTA 6 is going to release before Borderlands 4, that sets it for the summer. We'll see.
I mean, I'm not going to go by their words, because a gaming developer saying, oh, it's going to come out. They're saying that, oh, it's going to come out this time, or we promise it's going to come out there. I mean, come on, they lie all the time.
Well, mind you, that's not the developer saying it. That's Take-Two saying it.
That's still a publisher. I mean, come on, publishers, it's just the same, if not worse, at the same time.
No, I'm saying their expectations could be very different than what the reality of the build is. You know what I'm saying? So that is definitely something to take into consideration.
Yeah, I just don't see it in any world that Grand Theft Auto is going to come out in the summer. That's wild.
That's what struck me as crazy. That I was like, wait a second, they announced a date for Borderlands 4. I was like, what do you like? They literally just last week said that GTA 6 is going to come out. So essentially, you guys are locking yourselves in for summer for GTA 6.
Nah, they can do whatever the hell they want. It's GTA is going to print the money, man. Regardless of whatever they're going to do. They know, like, you know what's going to happen? They could literally have the worst like year of the for money. But when that game comes out, it's going to be their savior for every failed experience that's going to happen. Like, I don't think Borderlands is going to. I don't think Borderlands is going to throw some crazy numbers out, like, to what GTA. I mean, you can compare anything to GTA. It's not gonna matter. GTA is going to destroy, regardless, wherever and whenever it's going to happen. They know they're going to get their deal. Like, remember the little things that they were talking about this game could possibly be $100 when it comes out, right, and stuff and things like that. Like, it's going to freaking happen. Like, they're good. they're GTA's their get out of free pass or whatever they do on the decision making, and then like any other projects that they were going to be released that year is just gas money to what they're to whatever they do. So but no, like I said, there's so many different other options. Like, they're going to be doing a Days Gone remaster, which I shouldn't be surprised, but it is surprising that they were going to release that. There's another game that's coming from a Chinese developer that Sony backed called Lost Soul Aside, which also got my interest. Yeah,
that looked good.
Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be a very interesting one as well. So that one, and that also had a street date too, which I think is going to get pushed back because there's no way it's going to be released on the day that they are, because it's going to, if it does, then it's going to get overlooked by the big AAA games. They're coming around that same weekend. So yeah. But yeah, so and that's fine. But I just like but like I said, I think overall the state of play gave me better hope of what's coming on what's to come out. Like, there's so many great things that's coming. A Liza P overture, DLC free content of, or I don't know if it's free, but DLC content of Liza P, which was an incredible game. Which was a fun game of what's it called? Not Pinocchio, but essentially like Pinocchio, and stuff that now has new content that they're going to be adding in the summertime, which is going to be which I'm really looking forward to. A new Digimon stories coming out called Time Stranger, which I don't know if you ever played Cyber Sleuth. Oh God, I am so looking forward to that too. There's just so many games, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what I'm gonna do. There's too many things that I'm looking forward to checking out. So
just make sure whatever you do, your wallet doesn't hate you for it.
Oh God, yeah, I know, right? It's like, now it's to a point where it's like, you know what, I got to be very careful of what I'm going to be getting into, because you're right, that the wallet hit is going to be is real, and then plus, like, I mean, look at what's coming out that we know it's coming out. I mean, Pirate Yakuza comes out in a couple of weeks. Then you got Fatal Fury, freaking Monster Hunter Wilds was the only thing I was looking forward to, but now this state of play has opened my eyes to be like, okay, I need to be checking out. There's just so many different things that's coming out that's making me excited to play and make me excited to check out the games again. So yeah, I mean, geez.
Yeah, it definitely has that, like, I got a lock in kind of feel to it.
Yeah, pretty much, Yeah, so it's pretty funny. Did Smitty step out? Didn't even know. So but yeah, so like I said, so watch, great state of play, great look of what's to come. Hopefully, if everything stays the same on what they're planning on doing, then we are looking forward to, we're going to have a very stacked 2025 year despite, like, the big AAA games, even though I don't think Sony themselves kind of showed up themselves as the, like, they didn't do any kind of big announcement, which is fine in my opinion. But like, there was no giant crazy announcement that happened. Wait. Smitty is here. He says he needs to refresh. Oh, it's probably because his fans, his computer just screaming at him. He's like, just come on.
The computer is just like, let me live.
I know, it's like, I want to live. It's just like, please just let me just get a breather for 1 second. So weird. Okay. But like I said, since Smitty decided to be so rudely interrupted, so let's go. So State of Play 2025, I think was a success. It was a success. It definitely did what it needed to do. And nothing more and nothing less. I mean, it just makes you excited. It just makes you excited for gaming that's coming out. So there you go. Smitty, what are you bringing to the table, my friend?
Yeah, gotta talk about it. This is something I was kind of hoping was gonna happen. Obviously, if you know me, I've been a fan of Overwatch. And then Overwatch 2 came out, played for a while, and kind of fell off and whatnot, among other things. You know, we lost a lot of features going to Overwatch 2, not getting the story mode, all that stuff. And then came Marvel Rivals. And I was hoping with the arrival of Marvel Rivals, Overwatch having some competition, they're going to have to make some changes. And boy, oh boy, are they making some changes. Starting here in this next season that's going to be coming out, season 15. This is something that, again, I feel like their cadence in terms of bringing out new heroes have been slow, new features, new modes, all that stuff. Marvel Rivals is showing what you can do, and players are responding to that in a positive way. So I feel like the folks over at Blizzard and that are working on Overwatch 2 are basically responding to that. I'll just kind of go down the list. They're obviously bringing back 6v6 full-time and a competitive mode for that. I don't really care about the skin stuff. You know what I mean? That stuff is not anything that gets me excited or anything like that. We will be getting a trial for the new hero Freya as well in this season. Like I said, 6v6 competitive, and they're bringing back loot boxes. I know that loot box is very controversial for some folks, different games, different ways. Loot boxes were actually something that I didn't mind. I didn't realize I didn't mind them until they took them away from me, and they kind of switched over to the shop style. And feel
okay
like normal, like earnable. It felt like you were getting less for free than you were when we were getting loot boxes. So I'm actually excited to see that come back. There's a new mode. It's a 5v5 third person mode. What it sounds like is almost like a MOBA, kind of like the story mode that they were talking about doing. In some respect, there's going to be perks. There's going to be new abilities. So that's literally things that they had talked about doing in the story mode. Which they said that we're not doing this. It seems like they're kind of picking pieces from what they had worked on already, and they're kind of inserting them in. We're getting new maps and things like that. Hero bands, which is something that they adamantly said they were not going to do. What is his name? Aaron, not Aaron Moore. I think it's Aaron Heller or Aaron Keller is the president. Whoever the president is now, specifically said they would not be doing hero bands. He has come out now and said, we see and understand now why players were asking for hero bands, the success it's had in Marvel Rivals on a competitive standpoint. We're going to bring that in to Overwatch 2 now. So again, this competition, being able to see, and this hopefully makes both games better, seeing what works within that genre, what doesn't work, and them responding accordingly is another reason that it's got me really excited about it as well. Obviously, we'll be getting more heroes. Another one, Aqua, is another new hero that we'll be getting as well. We'll get a trial here in season 17. So there's all kinds of changes, a new Flashpoint map, blah, 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 all kinds of things that, it's just got me excited and kind of has me wanting to even possibly jump back in just to check out some of the changes. It's been a while since I played Overwatch 2, so I just wanted to see what everyone else's thoughts are, if there's enough there to make you even. I know Davis's answer already, but maybe even like a Lex or Pop, somebody that had played, just to take a peek at it.
Don't talk to me as if you know me. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Going back to Overwatch.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Well, they're not going to bring me back.
They're not going to bring you back?
No, I'd rather play Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, first off, I'm going to say this. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a pass for me. I mean, like, I just like the it's a little too late. First, I mean, y'all basically doing this as a reactionary move because of now the straight competition that you have. So what you're initially, so like your initial pull of saying we're going to remove loot boxes. The reason why you wanted to make an Overwatch 2 in the long run was you wanted more money. That's what you wanted to do. You tried to milk your community out to as much money as you possibly can. And when things are backfiring from it, then now you're just like, oh, we actually have something that we actually have to worry about a little bit, you know. And you're now reneging on a lot of stuff that you wanted that made Overwatch 2, but now you're going back to Overwatch 1 and pretending like, oh, this is something that we are that we're enhancing your experience playing too. Y'all screwed up. Y'all royally screwed up. And I think and then the fact that that Blizzard is doing these changes just because of this. You know what? Like, I'm glad that they're recognizing it. I'm glad that they know that they have to do these kind of changes to make people interested still to this game and stuff. And then, I mean, and you're right. I think that with this kind of stuff, will bolster both brands. There's space for the two of them, but you have to do a lot more than that. Like the reason, how many times did I play Overwatch 2? Once, I believe, right? Just one for one day.
Once or twice. It might have been twice.
Yeah, once or twice or so. And then I just it just was not fun to me, you know, overall and stuff. Like I know how some of the people now are talking about that Overwatch or Rivals needs a role queue and all this craziness and stuff, which I pray to God that they do not do that or decide not to do that and stuff. And then and then see how they're actually listening to the community. It's a lot better to me. That makes me want to support one or the other. Now, am I ridiculing or justifying anyone who still played Overwatch? Absolutely not. I think this is a good change for them to do what they need to do to keep themselves relevant. You know, I mean, a new character, new modes, and the fact that they knew that 6v6 was just a way better game than a 5v5. Which is 5v5 still there, or I'm not even sure.
5v5 is still there, yeah.
Is it? Okay, so but and 6v6 is not like a temporary thing, right? It's something
it was at first, but they are bringing it back permanently.
Okay, cool. So yeah, but no, there's and then another point that I'm kind of I'm just thinking about, like, Overwatch 2 was trying to fill a void of competitiveness. Like, they were trying to make a league out of Overwatch. So their changes and stuff on their characters were trying to be as close to as balanced as possible, so people couldn't, complain about, oh, this person's way too OP for this situation and stuff like that. But it failed. I mean, it failed miserably when it came to that point. So and that's why I think the push on with Rival and its deal is more a good breather from all of that, level of crazy. Oh, it has to be balanced. These characters need to be balanced and stuff. No, so yeah. So no, I just have a fun time playing Rivals over this, and this just seems like it's just like you have to get pretty sweaty just to get it. In my opinion, just to get pretty sweaty just to to enjoy these battles and stuff. I mean,
you don't have to get sweaty. There's plenty of, especially now, plenty of modes that are outside the realm of competitive or even say quick play. But yeah, no, I think you're right though. Like, the fact that it's all, after all these changes, it's all the fact that this direct competition is here. Now you want to make these moves. They've lost the goodwill of a ton of players. And from the jump off, Marvel Rivals has been making the right moves. They've been making the right calls, to the fact and to the point that now Overwatch 2 has to look at Rivals to see what they're doing to be successful. And now they're having to change their game plan and actually do things. I have a hard time supporting it because you're right. It feels like they kicked dirt in our eyes and now they're trying to help us back up. I'm like, oh, my bad. We didn't realize that was gonna hurt you, even though you were telling us, hey, I don't like this. You know?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's like
our bad.
You know, it's funny. It's like, for us, we remember the before time, you know, like, and stuff. And I mean, they're doing it to I mean, yeah, the way we're looking at it, it's like, yeah, we know we won't forget, and they can get away with they can get away with this kind of stuff, but still, I like what Day Knight just said here. Like, it took Rivals to make them do this. You know what? I mean, at least it lit a flame under their ass for them to do this kind of stuff, and that's fine. But at least it shows you that they somewhat care of like what people think about, you know, about the experience of playing it. But and also this is a piece of their money, you know, taking money out of their pockets too. So that's why they definitely do care. But like, it's just disappointing. Like, because like, I mean, even though I wasn't even a big fan of Overwatch 1. And the fact that they royally screwed up to that extent, like they royally screwed up their cash cow quite substantially, because of the greed level, is what really just puts me off. And the fact, I think the number one thing is that they lied. Like they just legitimately lied to their community. Like when they, you know, Overwatch 2 is going to be a story mode and it's going to be able to do this, and this. And then it's like, story mode isn't ready yet, but it's going to be coming in the next month or so. Then after that, it's like, no, we're going to scrap it. It's like you already knew story mode was going to be scrapped, and yet you didn't. Y'all are pretending that we had the chance, you know. And I just can't forgive that, man. I'm just like, this is not what y'all are expecting this game to ever be. So no, but no, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I guess, but no, I'm good.
Yeah, I might hop in just to check out some. Like, I haven't even been in since they released a new Hero Hazard. So it's been a grip, but I don't have any pull or draw to play the game necessarily. I think it's great that they're making these changes. There's a solid roadmap going on, but you know, I'm kind of in that same boat. It's like, I'm not going to go out of my way to play this game any longer.
Yeah. Pop, what would it take for you to play this game?
I don't think there's anything. I would go back to Apex before I go back to Overwatch. And I've been retired from Apex much longer.
That is funny and true. That's hilarious. Even what if they gave you a sponsorship? What if they said, "Hey, Pop, we want you to"? It's like
no hesitation.
Oh wow, you didn't even think about it. That's really funny.
They'd have to pay a pretty penny. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me a new PC, some money, and a set of a nice curved monitor that's the size of the width of a TV. We're good.
It should be like what's it called? It's like, yeah, and I need a $25 gift card to the Olive Garden. It's like, I just it's like I cannot say no to that at all.
Yeah, they would have to fund so much to get me to play the game.
Oh, okay,
fair.
But
that's fair.
That's fair. But yeah, but no, that's cool. But at least Smitty, at least it piques your curiosity. So I'll be lying to say I'm interested in what you think about like when you try it, but definitely just let me know. Let me know what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if I get around to it again. I'm in no hurry. Marvel Rivals is quenching that thirst.
Yeah, that's funny. But all right. Well, hey, Pop, why don't you close us off? What do you bring into the table?
So, and this more so came from all the news in a state of play, because I mean, as y'all saw in the chat earlier, I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about this week. There's so much going on. I'm gonna have to play Russian roulette and like spin the wheel on a topic. But I wanted to talk about the rise of betas and demos that we've been seeing, and it's been quite a long time since we've had this many demos or betas of like publicly available. In a while. Like, you know, I mentioned earlier the Dreamcast demo disc when I was, you know, reminiscing on my old school Tomb Raider days, and I think it's very exciting that we have all these new opportunities to try out upcoming games. Like you have Monster Hunter Wilds, which they actually extended their beta after the Sony scuff with the PlayStation Online Network last weekend. Shout outs to Capcom for even allowing that to happen. And the cool thing about the Wilds beta is that they've been adding on certain monsters and things, but they haven't really changed too much, like with the update that they announced at the State of Play that will be available at launch, if I recall correctly. And then the shadow drop of the Sonic Cross Worlds closed beta for PlayStation that'll be starting next Friday. I was not expecting that. I can't remember the last time I played a Sonic game for a Sonic demo. Could y'all?
A Sonic demo? No, it's been a long. Like last time I played, it was
since the
Sonic
Dreamcast
Adventure.
days,
Yeah,
maybe,
Sonic Adventure 2. I do remember because like that stupid song still haunts me to this day. That "Follow Me, Rescue Me." I hate that song.
In the city, oh gosh. I think the cool thing with the Crossworlds announcements is that they have confirmed that there will be other Sega characters in this racing game on top of the use of extreme gear and other things along with that beta. I signed up for it. I hope I get in. I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table. Another demo that was... Well, they teased at it and they never confirmed it. So they technically shadow dropped this. And this was RGG's Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I was not expecting them to have a demo available to play. Even though it was super short, it's super packed with a lot of things to do. The combat's super fun. The ship battles are a lot more fun than I was anticipating. For those that don't know, Kingdom Hearts ruined ship battles for me.
I did not know that.
I absolutely hated. It was fun with the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and then the gummy ship battles. I'm like, I want to go home. Those were god awful.
Have you played that Have you played Skull and Bones before?
I have not. My brother has, and
well, first off, don't. But but I will say that the ship battles really kind of turned me off on that. Man, to say one of the biggest disappointments. Yeah, it's just oh my god. Anyways, I'm sorry, I digress. But that's what when you said ship battles.
It's a lot of fun. I don't want to say too much because I do want people to experience this game. I do not recommend playing this game if you have not played at least Like a Dragon 7, Gaiden, and Infinite Wealth, because those are all connected, and this takes place right after the Infinite Wealth. So if you jump in, you might get a little lost, and obviously you'll get spoiled with Infinite Wealth because the premise is that Majima has lost his memory, and if you played Infinite Wealth, you would know why he lost his memory.
Right.
But definitely wouldn't recommend that. Another open beta that's coming up is the one for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and I'm super excited to play through a little bit of that. I actually was not expecting them to have an open beta after I think Street Fighter 6 kind of opened the door for that to happen when they had their open beta, because Tekken had their beta as well. I'm just like, okay, are other fighting games going to follow suit? And if this is the case, given that Sega they had the demo with Pirate Yakuza and then the beta for Crossworlds, I will not be surprised if we have a open beta for Virtua Fighter 6. I can definitely see that in the coming months as they develop that game and bring out some things for that.
Yeah, I mean I will say this to your point about betas, about when it comes to betas and stuff. Like, yeah, you're right. Compared to how it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s and stuff. Like seeing CD betas for everything was easy and simple and prevalent. I remember the Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut promo beta. I remember that you had to pay $3 or $4 if you buy a pizza, then you can play a demo of 5 games and stuff. But I don't think it's a matter of betas are now coming back, but I think that because betas have always been there, it's just bigger.
They were closed.
Yeah, they were very close. Like
Very
for instance,
closed.
on the PlayStation Plus, if you had PlayStation, the PlayStation Network, you could go play a beta game, but there was no marketing for any of those games. But absolutely none of this. But then now they are seeing that beta is probably a better way of showing off games that have an idea or a plan to do it, and they're coming back. They're kind of going back around again, with all of this.
That's definitely the pattern that I'm seeing. It was just not that they're not that betas were like dying down. It's just they're realizing that the public exists and that the consumers that they want to reach aren't going to be, that content creator that just has the money to go to Summer Game Fest and try out their games and then do a video on their experience. They got to realize that the people spending the money are at home, probably came home from their 9 to 5, not expecting their PlayStation Network to be down. No shade, Tony. But it seems like they are a little bit more in tune or starting to come back around to that consumer friendly marketing where you can try out demos for things. And honestly, I would even say that Nintendo has done this quite a bit with some of the demos. They've been doing demos since the lockdown. That's when I really started to see, I'm like, these companies are starting to put out demos and betas again. I would not be surprised if we just have a year where those big games have these betas and demos for people to try out and experience these games.
Yeah, I think that's direct, like kind of correlation between, these times where, there's a ton of content creators, everybody's on, streaming and this and that. That's good marketing for them to be able to get that stuff out, for people to be able to go and test it, get a general idea or kind of gauging the temperature of what people feel about your game, and then take it back to the workshop, make changes and things like that. So I'm curious because, for me, I've never really been a big person that plays demos, but I'll play betas and things like that. I don't know why, but for some reason I never, unless if I play a demo and the save from the demo goes over to the game, I typically won't even mess with demos. But I absolutely love betas and getting into early access things and stuff like that, and kind of being a part of and seeing a game develop. So, I feel like more and more, especially, you great point in terms of the pandemic where everybody's inside, eyeballs were on screen. I feel like they really took advantage of that, seeing that people were there and people are responding by, having things like Steam Next Fest, where I'm excited just to get in and try out a bunch of different demos and things like that and see what's coming and what they've got and whatnot. So, yeah, it's I love the fact that I feel like you're right. Demos kind of took a back seat and they've kind of shifted back more into the spotlight. And the companies now are again seeing that, hey, these are valuable tools, not only for research purposes and internal testing and things like that, but just to kind of gauge what the market is saying about our game and if we need to make any kind of adjustments or changes.
Right, exactly.
I also think that the way demos are being used now is they're actually able to assess how many sales they might get. Because I guess at some point, they're in the office and just our expectation is to meet this amount of sales. But if they have a demo available and this many people play the demo and they do a survey, it's are you going to buy the game or when are you going to buy the game? They can get a more accurate account of what they're expecting to make and whether they're going to exceed or go or get under those expectations.
Prime example, Concord.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough pre-sales. They had to open it up to all PS. They knew right then that they were in trouble.
Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. I would say this though. I will say this though, but like even having events, like I think like a good prime thing showing that the demos is a good driving force now is, I mean, Steam Next Fest. I mean, that in itself is just like a glorified demo of upcoming games. That gives the eyeballs to upcoming indie games, gives access to like everybody to say, hey, look at some of these games coming. Yeah, I know we don't have like the marketing budget of what Sony or Namco Bandai and stuff, but these games are still coming, and this is a good chance for you to try it out for absolutely free, and then come back to it and put it on your wish list, because now they're banking on the idea that the wish list, I mean, which I think is a great strategy. The wish list is a good thing that people will remember, because you'll eventually get back to it in some sort of way and things. So yeah, I mean, it shows how prevalent and it does show a gauge of how much, like, you know, even a big for a bigger company like a big AAA studio to see how much are they putting behind the project. Like, you know, like for instance, I think recently they just did a network beta test for the new Elden Ring, the Night Rain, Elden Ring game, and stuff. Even though they had the weirdest arbitrary times to do it, but they did. They did it. But like, yeah. So I mean, it shows the interest and stuff. You know that game's going to be successful immediately. It's going to be successful with all of this. So that also shows them when they come back to it, they'll be like, okay, we know we got something here. Let's adjust and switch over and see where it's going to go, and just don't screw it up like they did with Multiverses. I mean, that's all I ask, you know. So yeah, but it's definitely but the big liners are like I said, the Sonics, the Yakuza, the Monster Hunter Wilds. The fact that Monster Hunter Wilds, it comes out in 2.5 weeks, and yet they still decided to do 2 different betas for that game. Like they are totally huge. Yeah, they're totally pushing on this, like, because they for people that try to get as much like hands-on and access to these things, which they should have done a long time ago. Would have been, I think it would have been something. Yeah, so hopefully they just don't go. We don't see them die off on this kind of thing again. You know, like yeah, because like I mean I guess the biggest thing for me, especially when I checked out the demo, was the first Berserker. Because after that was announced on that, I was like, I don't know what this is. And then when they showed like some of the play, I was like, oh, that'll be cool, but I don't want to just like, you know, check it out and then take the risk. And then they said, hey, nope, we got the beta, we got the demo out, go check it out. I'm like, sweet, okay. And I was sold. I was sold on it. So yeah, so my list for 2025 just gets a little bit bigger because of this, because of what they're doing, because they're doing a good job actually selling off the game itself, instead of you forcing yourself to pay for it, you know, and then say, oh, $70. It's like, oh, I don't know, you know. So yeah. It
also helps with people building their own opinion about a game instead of relying on that one YouTuber that got the early access or the Summer Game Fest playthrough, you know.
Or some websites like, you know, like confreaksgeeks.com that does reviews and stuff, you know. So yeah, you know, but no, I mean, you're right. You're totally right. But no, it's a good time right now. When it comes to like getting eyeballs out for your games and so many different sources and things. So yeah, go from there. But no, good one, Pop. So folks, thank you for listening to episode number 251 of the CFG Game Cast, episode number 251. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different kinds of topics. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We release it at the beginning of each and every Monday morning on all podcast services and on our YouTube page. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on all sexy voices. Ooh. Yes, guys. Also, be sure check out. We were a little bit busy on the Freaks and Geeks website page. I know we were out for a couple of weeks, but we had some two good reviews recently with the what's it called? Dynasty Warriors Origins, as well as Trails of Through Daybreak 2 just came out this week, and we have a good written review on that and stuff. So definitely check us out on our website, confreaksgeeks.com, for that awesome content. And once again, this is Davis, Pop, and Smitty signing out. Y'all Take it easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lex. God, you know what? I keep it's always weird. Every time.
And Lex.
Oh yes.
You know what?
And
Now
Lex.
you have to end it off with and Lex. just a little pause and just and Lex.
Yes. And Lex. My bad. I'm sorry, Lex. It's weird because it's like, I'm looking at three boxes and then it's like, okay, here we go.